What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and thank you for being here. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how I pitch music videos. Obviously, there's no written way, there's nothing set in stone as to how you should do this. Everybody has their own process, but I feel like I have developed a system that it's really interesting to look at, so I'm going to be sharing that with you guys today. To be super frank with you guys, I don't know if this is something that I would have needed when I started, because when I started, I had no idea what I was doing. In fact, I accidentally got into music videos through my friend Isra. He's actually the one who got me into it, and I have to thank him because it essentially changed my life. One day he was launching his new music project and he told me, like, listen bro, like, I need this music video, why don't you direct it? And I was like, bro, I don't know how to make music videos. And he's like, listen, you're great at everything creative, why don't you take a swing at this? What's the worst that could happen? And it worked out. So thank you, Isra. Te quiero, hermano. Gracias. So back to pitching. Why am I making this video? I'm making this video because honestly, when I started, I think the whole pre-production pitching writing part, I hated it. I honestly hated it because I feel like it took so much out of me to try to land an idea, to try to figure out exactly what I wanted to do, that yeah, it was just a horrible process. And honestly, I feel like a lot of it has to do with the fact that I wasn't very clear as to what I wanted to write, what I wanted to say, how I wanted to put this into paper. I think I developed a system that essentially helped me get there. So let's get into it. First, you get contacted by the label, or you get contacted by the artist team. They'll give you the song. They'll tell you, hey, listen, we have this song. We want to make a video for it. The artist wants to do this underwater. She wants to do this while riding a horse. If there's some sort of idea that they want to develop further, they'll let you know. If they don't, then you have essentially free reign to come up with whatever you want. A lot of times they'll give you a preset budget. This is the budget for the video. Let's write something that makes sense. That essentially like narrows the scope as far as what you can do, and obviously helps you manage expectations, which is great because that's one thing that's very important about writing music videos or writing anything for film, is to manage expectations. Just because filming anything, it's very expensive and it requires a lot of people. After this process, it's the next chapter of the development, which is building a pitch deck. There's many ways of doing this. There's people that do decks, there's people that do videos. To be honest with you, I personally like writing decks better. I have obviously a big graphic design background, so I feel like that helps me a lot. And then there's other people that do video decks. It's the exact same thing of a PDF, but instead of a PDF, obviously it's a video. I understand things better as I'm reading them, and that's why I do PDFs. And then there's a third type of pitch, or like an addendum of some sort, which is an animatic. So what they do, it's essentially a shot-for-shot rendition of what the text is saying. If you're doing something that's really expensive, something that requires like a lot of planning, or something that's difficult to translate into words, it comes in pretty clutch. For the purpose of this video, I chose a video that already came out so we can do some sort of like comparison. And I chose Guaro con Ron by Sofia Reyes featuring Alan Walker. Okay guys, here we have it. This is the very first cover page. Guaro con Ron, Sofia Reyes, director Gara. So first page, project scope. This page is really important for me because this is the one page that I use to connect directly to the conversation that I'll have with either her team or the record label. It's essentially a page where you state what you're gonna do without actually telling what you're gonna do, but it kind of like sets the stage for your concept, right? The name of the song, it's Guaro con Ron. Guaro, it's a liquor that's clear. Rum, it's an alcoholic liquor that's dark. Almost have like a yin-yang concept within the name in itself. So why don't we lean into that and we essentially create different situations where we can show her multiplicity, right? At the beginning of the project scope page, I write, a while back, someone described iridescence to me as a color that refuses to stay still. It shifts, it bends, it exists somewhere between states, but never just one thing. So we were really leaning into like reflections and rainbows, that those types of imperfections and unexpected behaviors of light, because that tied directly back to the multiplicity and the fact that you just don't have to be one thing, and it's fine to kind of like veer off from your path from time to time. So that's project scope. The second, it's the video. This is essentially the part where I start telling beat by beat exactly what the video is going to be. If you notice, obviously video, I tried to divide my videos by essentially chapters: opening, verse 1, chorus, pre-chorus, verse 2, final chorus, right? So essentially each little title describes kind of like section of the video, right? At the bottom, you'll notice I have images, and in these images, I'm essentially showing what I'm talking about in this specific case, right? Ideally, what you want to do is write enough so people can visualize where the video ends, where the video develops, and where the video ends, right? The video opens with an extreme close-up of her eyes. We see this image right here. Her green eyes catch the light as she breathlessly whispers, "What a wrong." The shot lingers long enough to pulse us in as the camera pulls back, so if it's illuminated by just one spotlight. It's this one right here. Same thing with the following page. The light flickers between warm and cool tones and warm ones, creating a mirage effect. She seems to exist in multiple places at once, etc., etc. So more explanations as far as what the video is, the final chorus, more images, and then at the end, cut to black. That essentially indicates that the video is done. In the way I distribute the pages, I don't have enough pages to show all the images that I would want to show, so I had the tendency of having an extra page called more references, concept and motifs. This is a very important page because essentially what I use this page for is to justify what I'm doing, right? Duality, multiplicity in every form. The title itself plays on contrast, wide clear sharp, and raw dark deep. The visuals mirror this push and pull, shifting between fluid elegance and untamed energy, something I spoke about in my project scope. Iridescence is identity. The artist isn't just one thing, she flickers between personas. I also mentioned that in project scope. Again, this page directly ties back to that. Okay, color and styling. This page is important because even though I don't do wardrobe and styling, I have to set the stage for my stylist or for my wardrobe department, right? Ideally, you want whatever wardrobe or whatever styling you're doing to tie back to the concept in some way, shape, or form, right? Give her a reference as to how I imagined it to serve as a guide. I essentially gave her a color palette as to what the entire video was gonna look like, also the textures that I liked, and color contrast that we could create, because I knew one of the backgrounds was going to be like a teal color, the other one was going to be red, the other one was going to be white and black, right? And this is key because essentially this is a big part of the video, specifically if you're working with someone that's in the pop scene. Final thoughts. In this page, essentially I'm bringing it all home, I'm wrapping it up, but I always try to use this page to leave some sort of like food for thought. So whoever's reading it, you know, can think about this and be like, damn, this could be actually pretty cool for this project, right? In this case, I wrote, this video isn't about telling a story in a traditional sense. It's about creating a visual world that moves like the music. It's visceral, it's hypnotic, and alive. The set remains simple, but through lighting and texture and movement, it becomes a shifting dreamscape. The artist exists within it, fully herself, never static, never just one thing. She's every color in between. That very last line, it's key, because it's literally what I wrote on the first page, where I stated that I wanted this to be about her duplicity. So my websites for resources are, first, ShotDeck. Yes, it's paid, but it's worth it in my opinion if you're pitching regularly. You essentially type whatever you're looking for and it will search from movies, commercials, and music videos. Some of these websites do require a subscription that's paid, but if you're pitching on a regular basis, I think it's worth it. I'm gonna leave those links in the description for you to check them out if needed. I wasn't gonna do this, but I have an idea. Why don't we open up the video and compare it directly to the deck? The video opens with a stream close over her eyes. Her green eyes catch the light as she basically whispers, "What a run." The shot lingers long enough to pull us in as the camera pulls back. So essentially, this is what's happening, right? The big kicks in as the full scene illuminates. This is what we have right here. Very similar to what we're seeing right here, right? White background, she's wearing red. We see the shot right here. Very, very similar. We start seeing the red background. Now we push in, kind of like this shot right here. So as you can see, I mean, I think it's very, very similar as to what we wanted to do. Tips and tricks if you're trying to write a music video. 1, write for the budget. It's very important that you are able to manage expectations. So quick example is, oh my God, let's throw you down a helicopter. And then the budget, it's like 30 bucks. So obviously with 30 bucks, you don't have enough money to throw someone out of an helicopter safely, at least. So please make sure you write something that's according to whatever budget you have available. Because if not, you're gonna have to work twice or 3 times, if anything. Second, be visual about your deck. For the most part, 99% of the cases, you're not going to be present when you're pitching this video. So whatever it is that you're writing has to, have some sort of like connection to whatever visuals you're providing so they can visualize it. I don't visualize, I don't know, someone jumping out of a plane the same way you might visualize it, right? So please make sure that you have supporting images to whatever it is that you're writing. Third, do your research. I feel like a lot of people don't even like look at the previous work or the stuff that they've done before. In music videos, you need to be constantly watching music videos because it's very likely that you might come up with an idea, you download it from the source and someone already did it. Like this actually happened to me recently. Like we filmed a video that revolved kind of like around this scene, and literally like 2 weeks prior to us releasing it, another artist that's kind of like within the same arena, same kind of like industry or genre dropped a very similar video. So we had to kind of like reshift the focus of the entire piece. So do your research. Fourth, you're not only writing for the artist, you're also writing for the person behind the mask. And what I mean by that is that if you write something that the actual person is going to connect with, the results are going to be so much better because they're actually, one, going to be emotionally invested in it, and second, you're going to actually like it. 5, simple, be realistic. It ties back to the whole budget thing. Make sure that whatever you're doing, you can actually do. That doesn't necessarily only relate to the budget, but make sure that you can actually do it. If you say like, oh yes, I'm gonna be doing 3D post-production and I'm gonna be doing it and I'm gonna charge for it, but you've never done 3D and then it comes out but it doesn't look good. Just whatever it is that you're doing, be honest about it with yourself, because you're only lying to yourself. So be honest about what you can do and what you can't do. And last and absolutely not least, always deliver. Like the most important thing is to be responsible. This entire industry, it's based on trust. If you think about it this way, like an artist created this baby, which is their project, and they're handing it to you creatively for you to do something with it, and then you just dropped it. You literally dropped it. I would be so freaking pissed. And honestly, this industry, even though it might seem gigantic, it's very small. Turn in the work. So yeah, guys, hope you like this video. Thank you for coming back into the channel. If you don't know me, my name is Gara, by the way. I'm a multidisciplinary artist. You can check me out on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, the whole thing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Love you, gang. Peace.